Good morning, students. Students, I hope all of you have studied the revision notes related to plant tissues and all the notes sent today related to animal tissues. Now, let us start with the discussion with animal tissue. Children, when we breathe, we can actually feel the movement of our chest. How do these body parts move? For this, we have specialized cells called muscle cells. The contraction and relaxation of these cells results in movement. During breathing, we inhale oxygen. Where does this oxygen go? It is absorbed in the lungs and then is transported to all the body cells through blood. Why would cells need oxygen? The function of mitochondria we studied earlier provide a clue to this question. In previous classes, you studied that blood flows and carries various substances from one part of the body to the other. For example, it carries oxygen and food to all cells. It also collects waste from all parts of the body and carries them to the liver and kidney for disposal. So, blood and muscles are both examples of tissues found in our body. So, on the basis of the function they perform, we can think of different types of animal tissues such as epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissues, and nervous tissues. So, let us study different types of tissues one by one. So, animal tissues are of four main types. They are epithelial tissue, muscular tissues, connective tissues, and nervous tissues. So let us one by one study about different types of tissues. So first of all, we will study about epithelial tissues. But before proceeding, let's have a look on this flow chart. Animal tissues, four types: epithelial tissues, muscular tissues, connective tissues, and nervous tissues. Epithelial tissues are of four types: squamous tissues, columnar tissues, cuboidal tissues, and glandular tissues. Muscular tissues are of three types: striated, unstriated, and cardiac tissues. And connective tissues are of following types: blood, bone, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, areolar, and adipose tissues. And let us study now one by one about each type of tissues. So let us start with epithelial tissues. So epithelial tissues is the covering or protective tissues in all animals, in all organisms. It forms a outer covering like skin, outer covering of organs, inner lining of blood vessels, lungs, esophagus, etc. It protects the body and controls the movement of materials between the body and the surroundings and between the parts of the body. The cells are closely arranged and have a fibrous basement membrane. Actually, students, the covering or protective tissues in the animal body are epithelial tissues. Epithelium covers most organs and cavities within the body. It also forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. You know that there are different types of organ system are present in our body. To separate them, epithelium is required. The skin, the lining of the mouth, the lining of blood vessels, lung alveoli, and kidney tubules are all made of epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissue cells are tightly packed and form a continuous sheet. They have only a small amount of cementing material between them and almost no intercellular spaces. You can see here, these are epithelial tissues. So, obviously, anything entering or leaving the body must cross at least one layer of epithelium. As a result, The permeability of the cells of various epithelia plays an important role in regulating the exchange of materials between the body and the external environment, and also between different parts of the body. Regardless of the type, all epithelium is usually separated from the underlying tissues by an extracellular fibrous basement membrane. So different epithelia, see this figure, show different structures that correlate with their unique function. For example, in cells lining blood vessels or lung alveoli, where transportation of substances occur through a selectively permeable surface, there is a simple flat kind of epithelium. This is called the simple squamous epithelium. Simple squamous epithelium. Squama means a scale of skin. So simple squamous epithelium cells are extremely thin and flat and form a delicate lining. Esophagus, the food pipe, the esophagus and the lining of the mouth are also covered with squamous epithelium. And the skin which protects the body is also made of squamous epithelium. Skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear. इंटरप्चर हो जाती है, उससे बचाने के लिए ये स्क्वामस एपिथेलियम बहुत सारी लेयर्स में अरेंज होती है. सिंस दे आर अरेंज इन अ पैटर्न ऑफ लेयर्स, द एपिथेलियम इज कॉल्ड stratified squamous epithelium. So two types of squamous epitheliums are there. Simple squamous epitheliums, which are extremely thin and flat and form a delicate lining, and second is stratified squamous epithelium. Since they are arranged in a pattern of layers, they are called stratified squamous epithelium. You can have a look in your book. So this is simple squamous epithelial cells. Simple squamous epithelial cells, you can see there is a single layer of thin and flat cells, and these are stratified squamous cells, tissues. They are arranged in a pattern of layers, different patterns of layers. आप अपनी बुक में भी देख सकते हैं, इसमें थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है. So these arranged in pattern layers of cells is called stratified squamous epithelium. Next type of epithelial tissues are columnar tissues. So columnar tissues consist of tall pillar-like cells. It is present in the walls of the intestine. The columnar epithelial tissues in the respiratory tract has hair-like projections called cilia. So this tissue is called ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. Actually, when absorption and excretion occur, as in the inner lining of the intestine, tall epithelial cells are present. And this columnar, meaning pillar-like epithelium, facilitate movement across the epithelial barrier. In the respiratory tract, the columnar epithelial tissue also has cilia, which are hair-like projections on the outer surface of epithelial cells. These cilia can move, and their movement pushes the mucus forward to clear it. So this type of epithelium is the ciliated columnar epithelium. Ciliated columnar epithelium. So you can have a look in your textbook for the structure of these tissues. So see, this is columnar ciliated, this is columnar ciliated epithelial tissues. See, simple columnar tissues. So next type of epithelial tissues are cuboidal epithelial tissues. So cuboidal epithelium with cube-shaped cells forms the lining of kidney tubules and ducts of salivary glands, where it provides mechanical support. So epithelial cells often acquire additional specialization as gland cells, which can secrete substances at the epithelial surface. Sometimes a portion of the epithelial tissues folds inward and a multicellular gland is formed. This is glandular epithelium. You can have a look here, simple cuboidal tissues. See, these are simple cuboidal tissues. अपनी book में these are simple cuboidal tissues. So you studied first type of animal tissue, that is epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue is of 4 types. Squamous epithelial tissues. Squamous epithelial tissues are further of 2 types: simple squamous epithelial tissues and stratified squamous epithelial tissues. Then columnar epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, and glandular epithelial tissues. So what are glandular epithelial tissues? Sometimes when epithelial tissues folds inwards and forms a multicellular gland which secretes substances, that is hormones, those are called glandular epithelial tissues. This tissue is called glandular epithelial tissue. So let us have a look on a video in which by which you can easily understand the location of these tissues and the function of these tissues. So now we will study next type of tissue, animal tissue, that is nervous tissue. Students, have you ever noticed whenever you touch any hot thing, for example fire, you immediately pull out your hand, अचानक अपना हाथ पीछे खींच लेते हैं हम. Why does this happen? क्यों ऐसा होता है? This happens due to the cells which possess the ability to respond to the stimuli. Response to the stimuli. However, cells of the nervous tissues are highly specialized for being stimulated and then transmitting the stimulus very rapidly from one place to another within the body. The brain, spinal cord, and nerves are composed of the nervous tissues. The cells of this tissue are called nerve cells or neurons. Nerve cells or neurons. A neuron consists of a cell body with a nucleus and a cytoplasm. You can have a look on the figure of this neuron. This is cell body. A neuron which consists of a cell body with a nucleus and cytoplasm, from which long thin hair-like parts arise. Can you see this hair-like part? Usually each neuron has a single long part called the axon and many short branched parts called dendrites. An individual nerve cell may be up to a meter long. Many nerve fibers bound together by connective tissue make up a nerve. So the signal that passes along the nerve fiber is called a nerve impulse. Nerve impulse allow us to move our muscles when we want to. The functional combination of nerve and muscle tissue is fundamental to most animals. This combination enables animals to move rapidly in response to stimuli, as in case of when you touch any hot thing. Now, you can read from here. So neurons or nerve cells has a cell body containing a nucleus and cytoplasm. It has hair-like structure called, what do we call it? Dendrites. And a long part called axon, having nerve ending. All parts are labeled here. The axon has a protective covering called myelin sheath. The neurons are joined together to form nerve fibers. जब neurons एक के साथ दूसरा जुड़ा होता है, they make nerve fibers. And the junction between two neurons is called synapse. Synapse, S-Y-N-A-P-S-E. So फिर से आप ये वीडियो देखिए तो आप easily understand कर पाएंगे. Sorry.
That has a cell body containing the nucleus, which consists of a nerve cell on absorption and provides mechanical support. It forms the lining of kidney tubules. It is shaped like a cube. The next tissue type is nervous tissue, which consists of a nerve cell or neuron that has a cell body containing the nucleus. The cell body extends and forms specialized cell parts called dendrites and axons. These are nerve cells that help you retract your hand when you touch a thorn. How does this happen? nerve cells carry messages. That is, the dendrites bring signals to the cell body and the axon transmits the information to the dendrite of another cell. These nerve impulses allow us to move our muscles when we want to, thus retracting our hand. The brain, spinal cord and nerves are all composed of nervous tissue. The third tissue type is the muscle tissues that are responsible for the movement in our body.
Next type of tissues are the tissues which are responsible for movement in our body. So, you know that connective tissues about which we are going to study today itself helps in the movement of the body. It consists of elongated cells called muscle fibers. It contains a protein called contractile protein which contracts and relaxes and helps in movement. Muscles which can move under our will are called voluntary muscles, and muscles which do not move under our will are called involuntary muscles. So these three types of muscular tissues are found in our body. Striated muscles, actually the voluntary muscles having light and dark striations are called striated muscles. The cells in these muscles, these tissues are long, cylindrical and are multinucleated. They are also called skeletal muscles because they are attached to bones and they help in voluntary movement of the body. I will show you some pictures of these muscles, striated muscles. You can have a look in your book, NCERT book. Pictures of all these types of muscles, these types of tissues are given in your book. So next type of muscular tissues are smooth muscles or unstriated muscles. These are involuntary muscles having no striations, no bands. The cells are long and spindle shaped and are uninucleated, मतलब एक ही न्यूक्लियस तो उनमें होता है. And they are present in alimentary canal, blood vessels, bronchi of lungs, iris of eyes, etc. So ये क्वेश्चन भी आपसे पूछा जा सकता है. Location of different types of muscles, different type of muscular tissues. So unstriated muscles, they help in involuntary movement. So आप अपनी बुक में देख सकते हैं, देखिए फिगर 6.11 A part, type of muscles fibers, striated muscles. So these striated muscles are also called skeletal muscles as they are mostly attached to bones and help in body movement. Under the microscope, these muscles show alternate light and dark bands or striations when strained appropriately. As a result, they are also called striated muscles, skeletal muscles or striated muscles. The cells of this tissue are long, cylindrical, unbranched and multinucleated. So these are the properties of striated muscles. You have to learn all these properties. B देखिए अब, what is B? So you know that the movement of food in alimentary canal or the contraction and relaxation of blood vessels are involuntary movement. आपका control नहीं होता है, वो involuntary movement है. We cannot really start them or stop them simply by wanting to do so. So smooth muscles, B part देखिए, और involuntary muscles control such movements. They are also found in the iris of the eyes, as stated earlier, in ureters and in the bronchi of the lungs. The cells are long with pointed ends, spindle shaped and uninucleated, having a single nucleus. You can see each cell having a single nucleus. They are also called unstriated muscles. Unstriated muscles. Now can you tell me why would they be called so? Unstriated muscles. Now see the third type of muscles. These are cardiac muscles. The muscles of the heart, you know that they show rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout life. These involuntary muscles are called cardiac muscles. So ये आपसे क्वेश्चन भी पूछा जा सकता है कि cardiac muscles किस तरह के muscles होते हैं. They are voluntary or involuntary muscles. So heart muscle cells are cylindrical, branched and uninucleated. You can see from here they are branched, cylindrical है और single nucleus होता है उनमें भी.
That are responsible for the movement in our body. The three types of muscle tissues are skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. The skeletal muscle helps in locomotion and other voluntary body movements. It is made of long fibers with alternate light and dark bands or striations, so skeletal muscles are also called striated muscles. Smooth muscle cells provide involuntary movements such as the contraction of walls. They line the walls of the hollow structures of the body. Smooth muscle cells are found in the intestines and blood vessels. They are spindle-shaped, flat, pointed at both the ends and broad at the middle. The cardiac or heart muscles are involuntary muscle cells that contract and relax throughout life. They are cylindrical, branched, and uninucleated. The final tissue we look at is the connective tissue that binds it.
So final type of animal tissue we'll look at is connective tissue. Do you know, students, that blood is a type of connective tissue? Why would it be called connective tissue? A clue is provided in the introduction of this chapter. You will go to the introductory part of your textbook in this chapter and you will have a hint. Now let us look at this type of tissue in some more detail. So the cells of connective tissues are loosely spaced and embedded in an intracellular matrix. See this figure number 6.10. These are different types of connective tissues, and all these tissues, cells of all these tissues are embedded in an intracellular matrix. The matrix may be jelly-like, fluid, dense or rigid. The nature of matrix differs in concordance with the function of the particular connective tissue. So first type of connective tissue is blood. Blood has a fluid, liquid matrix called plasma, in which red blood corpuscles, that is RBCs, white blood corpuscles, that is WBCs, and platelets are suspended. You already know about the composition of blood. You already had studied in class 7th. The plasma contains proteins, salts, and hormones. Blood flows and transport gases, digest food, hormones, and waste materials to different parts of the body. You can have a look on different types of blood cells. See, white blood cells, platelets, red blood cells, and blood is actually a fluid, a liquid matrix containing all these types of cells. So next type of connective tissue is bone. Bone, it forms a framework that supports the body. It also anchors the muscles and supports the main organs of the body. It is a strong and non-flexible tissue. So what would be the advantage of these properties of bone functions? You should have knowledge about this. So bone cells are embedded in a hard matrix that is composed of calcium and phosphorus compound. Next type of connective tissue is, two bones can be connected to each other by another type of connective tissue called the ligaments. So what is ligament? When two bones are connected to each other by another type of connective tissue, then it is called a ligament. This tissue is actually very elastic. It has considerable strength. Ligaments contains very little matrix and connect bones with bones. So ligament connect bones with bones. आपने सुना होगा कभी किसी का फ्रैक्चर हो जाता है तो बोलते हैं बोन का फ्रैक्चर नहीं है, पर लिगामेंट का फ्रैक्चर है. So what is ligament? It is actually a tissue which connect bones with another bones. Next is tendon. So actually tendon connects muscles to bones. मसल्स टू बोन्स, मसल्स भी तो बोन से जुड़े होते हैं तभी मूवमेंट हो पाती हैं. सो टेंडन्स आर दोज टिश्यूज विच कनेक्ट मसल्स टू बोन्स एंड आर अनदर टाइप ऑफ कनेक्टेड टिश्यूज. Tendons are actually fibrous tissues with great strength but limited flexibility. Strength तो बहुत होती है उनमें but flexibility थोड़ी limited होती है ना. तो कभी आपने सुना होगा कि फ्रैक्चर हुआ तो कभी टेंडन्स टूटते हैं, कभी लिगामेंट्स टूट जाते हैं, कभी बोन्स में फ्रैक्चर हो जाता है. डिफरेंट टाइप के फ्रैक्चर्स होते हैं ना. तो अब आपको समझ आया. सो दीज आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ टिश्यूज़, बोन्स, लिगामेंट्स एंड टेंडन्स. एक और टाइप है कनेक्टिव टिश्यू का, दैट इज़ कार्टिलेज. कार्टिलेज अपनी बुक में देखिए फिगर नंबर सी, द पार्ट सी. Part C is actually a type of connective tissue, that is cartilage. So cartilage has widely spaced cells. The solid matrix is composed of proteins and sugar, and cartilage smoothens bone surface at joints and is also present in the nose, ear, trachea and larynx. We can fold the cartilage of the ear, but we cannot bend the bones in our arms. Do you know? Think of how the two tissues are different. So bones are very hard, they are not flexible, but cartilage is very flexible. It smoothens bone surfaces at joints, है ना. तभी तो हम अपने कान को अगर मोड़ें तो ईजिली मुड़ जाता है ना. सो कार्टिलेज इज प्रेजेंट. व्हाट इज द लोकेशन ऑफ कार्टिलेज? नोज, ईयर, ट्रैकिया एंड लैरिंक्स. So next type of connective tissue is areolar connective tissue. It is found between the skin and muscles. अब skin भी तो लूज नहीं होती है ना. It is also connected with muscles. They are also found around blood vessels and nerves and in the bone marrow. It fills the space inside the organs, support internal organs and helps in repair of tissues. And these are the pictures of different type of tissues. Areolar tissue की देखिए किस तरह की cells हैं. अच्छा मुझे ये बताइए, where are fats stored in our body? Yes, there is another type of connective tissue, fat storing adipose tissues. It is found below the skin and between internal organs. So the cells of these tissues are filled with fat globules. Fat globules. ये देखिए एडिपोज टिश्यू, ये यहाँ स्किन के नीचे होता है, इसमें फ्लैट ग्लोब्यूल्स. कभी आपने देखा होगा कि कुछ लोगों में प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है, उनके हाथ पे किसी बॉडी पार्ट पे एक ग्लोब्यूल सा, एक बल्ब सा फूल जाता है. एक्चुअली वो उनके फैट टिश्यूज, एडिपोज टिश्यू रप्चर हो जाते हैं और एक बॉल की तरह, ग्लोब्यूल की तरह वो दिखने लगते हैं, है ना. तो वो हार्मफुल नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन एडिपोज टिश्यूज़ हैं वो फैट ग्लोब्यूल्स इसमें दिखाई देने लगते हैं स्किन के नीचे. सो स्टोरेज ऑफ फैट्स ऑल्सो लेट्स इट एक्ट एज एन इंसुलेटर. एडिपोज टिश्यूज़ में क्योंकि फैट स्टोर्ड होता है तो ये इंसुलेटर का काम भी करते हैं.